As it's actually going to be 4 Stalkers, but they are warping in aggressively. There is a Void Ray on the way. But I think with the production that the Archaic has out, he'll be able to just overwhelm any amount of Void Rays that Stublu can make. As the Stalkers and Immortals are charging into the main base of Stublu, he is pulling all his probes. Chrono boosting his Void Ray as well. Will he be aggressive with it, or will he try and defend? It looks like he's just going to run with the probes, perhaps expand elsewhere, and he's going to take the fight to the Archaic with the overcharge on his Void Ray. No shield batteries out for the Archaic yet, and 3 of his gateways will get depowered momentarily here. Stublu, unfortunately, is only able to make 1 Void Ray. He's actually making +1. I feel like you should probably make another Void Ray rather than +1. There it comes. We do have a Void Ray coming down. He still has enough to make a Nexus. Just trying to find the optimal spot to drop that, and Stublu needs to get out of there as the Stalkers have warped home. The Immortal is staying on the other side of the map. We'll be able to slowly kill off that Nexus, but I'm not sure if 4 Stalkers is going to be enough against 2 overcharged Void Rays. They do have a shield battery, which is nice. I feel like Stublu should probably recall one of the Void Rays to deal with that Immortal, but it's a tough situation to figure out what you're supposed to do here. As almost every single probe for Stublu is just sitting in the corner of the map, not doing anything as he's busy microwing his Void Rays. That means he's not getting any extra money. When he's making another Void Ray, which means if he loses that Nexus, that would be all his mining. It looks like the Archaic F2 does Immortal back across the map, though. Perhaps to help deal with those shield batteries. And he is targeting down the Void Rays. And that probe getting stuck was quite unfortunate. It meant he couldn't make any more shield batteries, and the last Void Ray will not even make it out. All the production structures of Stublu have been deactivated or killed, which means it should just be a pretty clean cleanup for the Archaic. I think he's expecting there to be a proxy Nexus already. However, Stublu actually did not wind up making one, so his Stalkers are sort of wandering around for nothing. But even with this extra time that he's managing to buy, I'm just not sure it's going to be enough to get anything of value out, as the Archaic has a full base of mining up, and even smartly sending a few Stalkers back to that Stargate just to make sure it does not get sneakily repowered, which is exactly what Stublu was trying to do. He does manage to catch a Stalker, which is nice, but we'll be able to prevent any more Void Rays from getting out. And the Stalkers now heading up into the main base of Stublu, and GG's called. Very carefully, he's very afraid of a counter all in, and with the Oracle now here, it's going to be able to get a lot of damage done. There is a shield battery, which is helping to defend this. Oracle trying to find damage. He's just going to chill there, sort of forcing the probes away from mining. Although Regret, I think, sniffs something suspicious going on. He's scouting around with his Lings. He's going to find that fully exposed base of DarkMenance, who just recalled probes over there pretty recently. They're targeting the pylon, though. Kill the probes. This will be very nice. It will kick their opponents back down to 1 base each, which means if they can survive, and with those extra shield batteries and cannons, they very well may be able to. This could get Regret and the Archaic back in the game, as they both have expansions out now. DarkMenance is desperately trying to get over to defend his probes, but they're all falling before he can get over there. And that's kicked him back down to 22 probes against the 36 drones of Regret, and it's actually not looking too bad for Codayo after that. Completely giving up on the base, it looks like, potentially. Will send the Void Rays back, and they should be able to save that base, but it's going to be very hard to defend that base in the future, so you don't necessarily want to send probes over there to mine. It looks like it is going to just be a big all-in out of Neutrophil and DarkMenance. The Archaic not getting up into units yet, really. He's just got those cannons and batteries. If Regret can play off of the cannons and batteries defensively, that may be all they need. But it's going to be very tough here, as I think Regret overmade drones and doesn't have enough army to defend. And it looks like it's going to be potentially a very swift 2-0 for GG Izzy, as they are killing all the expansions of Regret at the moment. Only 1 Void Ray out for the Archaic against 4 for GG Izzy. Shield batteries are good, but they're not that good. Some Lings trying to make it out, but I don't know if there will be enough. And GG is called. something we've seen as a weak point for Instability in the past, of just not enough spotting units out on the map. Viper is now coming down. And DarkMenance is going to try and catch Instability out when she moves out to save this base. I'm not sure if he has enough units to catch her out, though. Instability wisely splitting off just a few units, needs to cancel that base, does cancel it, and we'll be able to clean up a lot of Zerglings here. These are +2 Zealots against 0/0 upgraded Lings, which is not insignificant. Does dive in on the army with the Hydra Bane Corruptor, which is trying to target down the carriers. Needs to overcharge those Void Rays and target down the Corruptors, but all the Corruptors are falling, actually, and does he even get a single carrier? I'm not sure that he did. He did get 1 carrier, but 13 Corruptors and 14 Hydras falling for it. A lot of Zerglings as well. Will deny the 5th base, but the 5th base is the least of Instability's concerns, as she has 3,000 minerals and almost 2,000. And is now moving across the map, clearing out a bunch of that creep. And man, let me tell you, as a Zerg, there's nothing more heartbreaking than spending 13 minutes of the game covering the entire map in creep just for the Protoss to take 30 seconds to get rid of every last bit of it. Big parasitic bombs coming down. Every single Viper casts their spells, and a lot of damage going down on Instability's army, but a lot of damage happening in the reverse. The carriers stand strong, all the Corruptors fall, and the Immortals stand tall on the ground. Almost all of the Vipers have gone down. The last 2 straggling around may get killed as well, and Instability, I think DarkMenance has gotten Protossed in this game. Instability looking very strong. 17 more Corruptors and 20 Hydras on the way. But against this number of carriers and Void Rays, and once again, that +3 ground weapons, +3 air, just about to finish up. Only +1 air for the army of DarkMenance. Another big parasitic bomb does come down, and that's helpful. He actually doesn't have detection, so his army has to kill the mothership first before being able to fight. A recall does happen, so we will be able to clean up a lot of this army. Only 1 carrier actually gets killed, and 37 drones fall. Instability has a massive bank behind this, can warp in Zealots. Spread, which is good. Could even deny that base in the top left. Maybe could even push in and fight this base here. Big parasitic bombs come in. Will we see splits? We need to see splits. Oh my gosh, split. Oh no. Big damage. No Void Rays go down, and there's only 1 parasitic bomb left, I think. But Instability leaves almost all of her High Templar behind. Oh, a big storm on the Corruptors. Will it be enough, though? The Void Rays got to turn on their beams. I think we'll be able to kill the Corruptors anyways. Does indeed manage to do so. Needs to split the Void Rays. Oh, tries to split. Not quite able to, but I don't think it's going to matter. 88 Lings on the way. But there's still a lot of Void Rays out. There's still some Storm available. We'll be able to get taken out by the Lings of DarkMenance, I think, which is nice for him. Does recall yet again. Cast those Storms! Oh no! And rip in peace. It's actually kind of funny how long it took those Lings with the full surround to kill 2 High Templar, because they have 0 upgrades and the High Templar have 3 armor. Chance in this game. If he just made upgrades. Seismic Signs now completing, so I think he's somewhat realized his mistake. But still no ground upgrades on the way. Just Seismic Spines, which is not going to be enough on its own, as the Zealots and the Carrier Army splitting apart and just tearing DarkMenance to pieces, really. I just don't see a way to victory at this point for DarkMenance. He's waited a little bit too long in his upgrades. Instability has detection. She's pushing in on the lurkers now. And even with a massive parasitic bomb, which this will be massive, I don't think that's going to be enough. I mean, he can kill this whole air army, but then what are you going to do? He doesn't have the money, and I don't think he's even going to kill the air army here, as Void Rays are pretty good once they have 3-3, and indeed, Instability, I think, will be taking this game.